What's up guys, this is Vetaran. Today we'll be going over Skullcano, its bosses, mini-bosses, and their abilities. As with all of my WildStar guides, everything will be explained to the best of my ability so that you can be as prepared as you can be when you encounter these fights. Hope you enjoyed this video and find this guide helpful. Let's get to it. The first mini-boss you will encounter is Stu Shaman Tuga, or whatever his name is. He has three main abilities. One is called Molten Rain. This ability will create multiple telegraphs on the floor that deal damage and knock over whoever gets hit by them. This ability can and should be interrupted. The second ability is called Magnet Totem. This ability cannot be interrupted. Once cast, it will tether its target to the totem that gets spawned. This totem will create a cross-shaped telegraph that deals moderate damage. The person targeted should simply avoid them. The third main ability of this mini-boss is Into the Stew. It's another ability that cannot be interrupted. One member of the group will be thrown into the pot and will have to complete the Press F minigame. While in the stew, the person will take moderate damage. As soon as the minigame is completed, the person will be thrown out of the stew. When the boss goes into phase 2, he will disarm everyone and start roaming around his area eating the food that has been thrown out on the floor. Each one that he eats, he gains back some health. You can interrupt him while eating to stop him from doing so. Be careful though, as each time you successfully interrupt him, he will increase his interrupt armor. The first real boss you will encounter in this dungeon is Thunderfoot. This boss cannot be interrupted. The only way for him to be moved is by having him break one of the mushrooms in his area. The boss has a frontal swipe, so no one apart from the tank should be standing there. The main ability this boss will cast is Enraging Fury. Once the boss casts this ability, he will start smashing the ground with his fists. Before he does, all group members should double jump. If you don't or mistime the jump, you will get hit for quite a bit of damage. After smashing the ground twice, he will mark a location to jump to. This will be indicated by a large circular telegraph. Again, you will need to double jump in the air before he lands, and also make sure you're not in the telegraph when he does, as it will deal a lot of damage to you. Throughout the fight, Moody's outside the boss's area will be throwing some small circular telegraphs on the ground, and as with any telegraph, you should avoid them as well. If the path to the left of Thunderfoot opens up, you will have to navigate your way through the cave, staying inside the green bubble and avoiding all telegraphs. Be especially careful of the ones coming from the pipes at the side of the walls, as they cover a large area and will instantly kill you. The ones that rain from above will knock you down, so be careful of them as well. The telegraphs left behind by running ads don't deal that much damage, so if you get hit by them a couple of times, it's not that bad. Throughout the journey in the cave, the bubble will disappear and the group will have to DPS down an ad. When it is killed, the bubble reappears and you can continue making your way to the exit. If you stay outside the green bubble, you will take a lot of damage and your healer might not be able to keep up, so always stay inside the green bubble. the right door after Thunderfoot is opened, you have gotten the easy obstacle course towards the next area. You will run through this obstacle course avoiding all the telegraphs. Also know that the circular telegraphs that rain from the sky aim for your position, so always be moving. Other than that, just dodge telegraphs and make your way up the mountain. The second boss of this dungeon, Bosun Octog, is a bit more involved than the first one, but is still quite easy. The first ability you will see him do is called Hookshot. This is a frontal cone ability that will pull in and target a group member. As soon as he casts Hookshot, he will start casting his second ability, Shred, that is some circular telegraphs in front of him. This should be interrupted quickly, as the person that gets pulled in will take a lot of damage. The person that gets pulled in should also dodge backwards. During the fight, there will be a large horizontal telegraph that everyone should avoid, as it deals a lot of damage. While you're fighting the boss, Izuki, a monkey-looking ad, will drop in the boss's area and should be killed as soon as possible. When the boss goes to his second phase, he will become invulnerable and start spawning main squid ads around him. Once these squids finish their cast, they will explode, dealing a lot of damage to anyone standing in them. They can be killed before exploding though. During this phase, a random group member will be blinded and a small telegraph will be placed beneath their feet. This person can use a Z-break to remove the blind and run on the outskirts of the area to give space to the rest of the group. Rinse and repeat these until the boss dies. The second and final mini-boss of this dungeon, Quartermaster Grahar, is very easy and basically requires a CC break and a stun. He casts one ability you should worry about, called Fatal Shot. The boss will knock back everyone and disarm him. He will then target a random group member and after a shard cast, kill them. Everyone should use a CC break to retrieve their weapon immediately and interrupt this cast. The final boss of this dungeon is Mordecai Redmoon, and boy is this a doozy. This fight is much harder than any other boss in this dungeon and could possibly be the hardest boss in any dungeon. Throughout the fight, pools of lava will be thrown around the platform. If you get hit by these, you'll be stunned in them and take damage. It's useful to have a CC break in case you get hit by one of these. As soon as the fight starts, a large cross telegraph will be placed in the room. After a couple of seconds, it will start rotating randomly either to the right or to the left. You should be near the edge of the platform and run around in the direction of a laser. Know that you can jump over pools of lava without getting hit, but this is not the case for the large laser. After running around for a bit, the laser will disappear and the boss will jump down. The tank should have his back facing the center of the room, as the rest of the group will be standing to the sides of the boss. While you are fighting the boss, a prompt saying that the terraformer has overcharged will appear, and you should face away from the center of the room, because if you don't, your character will be blinded. The boss will periodically place a small turret near him, which will shoot a small ball. Anyone that gets hit by this will be knocked back, so be careful not to get hit by it, as it might cause you to fall in the lava pit. A smaller cross laser will appear. The difference between this and the large one is that you can jump over this one and it will not automatically kill you if you get hit by it. Instead, it will pull a dispellable debuff on you that will deal a lot of damage, so the healer should have a dispel on their action set. The next time the laser phase happens, both lasers will be rotating at the same time, one in a different direction than the other one. You should move in the same direction as the large laser and jump over the small one. Once the boss lands for the final time, he will cast an interruptible ability. The group should interrupt this, and everything will be fine. Some of these abilities will help us simultaneously. The boss requires excellent handling of your character placement and movement, but with a bit of practice, you'll get the hang of it. Thanks for watching my guide to Skullcano. Stay tuned for more in the coming days. I hope you find this guide helpful and informative. If you have any questions about anything WildStar, post them below or shoot me a message. Till next time, this is Roto, signing out.